Hi, welcome back to Budget Stuff Save Repeat. I'm Melissa, and today we are going to be doing the fourth video in the ODBJ series, Our Different Budgeting Journeys. And today we're going to be talking about our struggles. I mean, there's so many struggles we can talk about, but I definitely wanted to narrow it in. So if this is your first time, thank you for stopping by the channel. And if you're like, what are you talking about? The ODBJ is a series started by Budgeting April, where we're answering 5 questions and we're telling why we started budgeting, how we found out about budgeting, our method for budgeting, our struggles we've had in budgeting, and then finally we'll give advice about budgeting. So like I said, today is the 4th question. We're going to talk about the struggles, and I kind of want to make it general so that it could kind of capture my struggles in a nutshell, hopefully that will make sense. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will try to keep this video pretty short. But my first struggle has to deal with honesty. So Melissa, you're a liar. Not that I am a liar. I struggle with honestly assessing what I was spending money on when I first started budgeting. So if you remember the previous videos, I wanted peace, and I found out from Dave Ramsey, and I went right to having a budget on an Excel spreadsheet. And I was intense about paying my debt off. That's how Dave is. And I restricted myself way too much. I was in my 20s, so I was young, and I had friends, and they were going out, and I was throwing everything to debt and giving myself like maybe $20 between pay periods. And it is a recipe to get burnt out very fast and to get off the budget. So I had to be honest, and honesty sometimes is like how much you eat out. Like, you don't want to admit that you go to McDonald's every day, right? Like, you would probably say, oh, that's too much, that's not eating healthy. And so people won't put it in their budget. That was me. I was eating out every day for lunch. I needed to have that on my budget, because without it being on my budget, I was falling off track, getting discouraged, and it felt hard. It felt like a punishment. It felt like a struggle, the things that I've heard people say about budget. But had I been honest and say, hey girl, you like to eat out every day for lunch, give yourself some money for that. You need more blow money than you're giving yourself because you want to go out with your friends. So I had to learn how to be more honest with my budget. Now let's fast forward to today. It's something I have to come back to. In 2018, I had my second child. My son was born, and I work full time. My husband works full time, and I noticed that, like, on the weekends, he was out in the yard for 2 or 3 hours cutting the grass and all that kind of stuff. And I needed help. I had 2 kids now, and I wanted him to come inside and help. And it seems crazy to say, don't cut the grass, help me with the baby. So I had to go back to the budget and that extra payment that I was making on the mortgage, or the extra whatever, I had to pull that off and say, right now, my family needs more time together because we are in a busy season. So I had to be more honest, and something that I was trying to be aggressive with, I had to pull back so that our budget fit our lifestyle. All right, so that's enough on honesty. Just being truly honest of where you are is what I struggle with, and I often have to revisit honesty. The second one that I struggle with, especially in the beginning, was breaking old habits. So if I go back to the beginning, being raised by a single mom, one of the things that we always did, it was just a part of my life, was we went shopping. We were in the store all the time, and it was just what we did. And it was clearance items, it was Goodwill, it was yard sales, it was cheapo stuff. But when we were off, when we were home, our entertainment, the thing we did was go shopping. So as an adult, if it's the weekend, I don't have to work. Where was I? I was in the mall. I would just go shopping, and I was just spending money. And it was only $1 here, $5 here, and you think it doesn't add up, but it was a habit that I needed to break. It was like I couldn't walk in the grocery store to get milk and come out with just milk. I would come out with, oh, I looked at that clearance, or that wasn't that expensive, or this is on sale. And then the next thing you know, I'm spending too much money. So I had to break old habits. And I'll tell you this, when I did not have money and I was on my budget, I would go into a store and everything I saw was attractive. Now that I have money and I don't go to the stores as much, when I go into the stores, I'm not a kid in a candy store. It's not like, ooh, new, shiny, gotta have. It's like, oh, that's nice. And then I assess, do I want it? Do I need it? And then I buy it. But it's a habit that was muscle memory that I had to break. And now that I don't have the need to just buy, it doesn't do anything. It's not an emotional rush for me now to go shopping. I enjoy it. I do it often, but I have blow money now. It's in my budget. I'm honest with it. So it's just something that kind of happens. I don't know how else best to explain that, but I had to break the old habits of just shopping out of boredom. And then the last thing for me was contentment. So I remember early on in my journey, I did have a problem of looking around me, seeing what others had, and not that I wanted the item, but I was like feeling sorry for myself. Like, when will I ever be able to just go out and buy a new car? And the fact of the matter is, I'm not a new car person. I want to buy used because as an accountant, I don't believe cars are assets. So I really am content now with buying a used car, and I don't have any emotional attachment to seeing someone else with something newer or considered better. So I just had to put my blinders up to what my goals were and what I was trying to achieve, and really dig into that and just learn to be content. So with contentment and peace, like, I believe in the budget. I'm honest now. I've broken this old habits of just shopping for no reason, and I've built new habits, and I have new muscle memory when it comes to my finances. I hope I've said something that resonates, or something that can help you with your budgeting journey. But I think that these 3 areas, once I got these under control, it made budgeting better for me. And now that I have this community, I found ways to sprinkle in the fun of what it is I'm doing. So thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week for the last question, which is the advice that I have to you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.